what's the deal? Man, it's your boy Tag from Pro Wrestling Tag. You know what I'm saying? As of this recording right now, it is 4:50 p.m. You know what I mean? May 6, 2025. You know, it might be the second video of the day. You know, or maybe, I don't know. You know, I mean, this is the second video, but this might be 1 out of 3 videos, depending on how I'm feeling. You know what I mean? Because there might be some breaking news and everything else that we hear. You know what I mean? It's professional wrestling. You know what I mean? And so, you know, lots of things have gone on, you know, in pro wrestling within the last 24 hours. Nothing major, but there's some things. You know what I mean? There's some things and such. And I want to make this video, you know what I'm saying? I definitely want to make this video right now because, again, like, I don't know if something's going to come up later on tonight. I don't know. I don't know. But I want to address this. So apparently, you know, in WWE's LFG program, 4 people were cut from the show. Right? I think what's the guy named the dude with the gap tooth? Shallow Hill, and most notably Elijah Holyfield. Yeah, I mean, those 2 were cut off, and with 2 others, right? And I say to myself, just because they got eliminated from the competition. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. Like, I don't know what the fuck is going on. Like, this phone, I'm using a backup phone. But, you know, well, where was I? So, you know, Shallow Hill and Elijah Holyfield was cut from the show, right? And I said to myself, you know, it doesn't mean that they're not going to get signed. We've seen this before. You know what I mean? We've clearly seen this, you know, many times, right? Look at Tough Enough. You know what I mean? Look at WWE Tough Enough. Look at how many people got cut, right, from the show, from the competition, and then they were signed. You know what I'm saying? They were fucking signed. Chris Nowitzki. Shout out to Chris Nowitzki. I love Chris Nowitzki. Him. Let me see. Who else? A couple of others. You know, some of them wound up going to OVW. Kenny King. Kenny King was cut, and he wound up going to OVW. And I'm shocked Kenny King was not signed by WWE. I'm shocked. You know, Kenny King. You know, it's always like that. You know what I mean? It's clearly always like that. It's no different than American Idol, where you know, fucking, you know, people in American Idol, they might have not won, but they've become stars. Shit, I'll go even more further with that, right? Jennifer Hudson. Jennifer Hudson did not win American Idol, right? But, you know, Fantasia did. But look who has the better career. You know what I mean? So you got to think. You know, you legit got to think about, you know, who's, you know, who has value and stuff, because record labels see that. And pro wrestling companies see that shit, right? So just because someone like Elijah, you know, Elijah Holyfield has upside. He definitely has upside. I can see WWE signing him. You know what I mean? I can definitely see WWE signing him. Shit. Fucking Patrick Clark, before he fucked up his career, right? He got signed and he was cut. You know, you got people there, right? Miz is another one. Fucking Miz. Miz is another one, right? So with LFG, you know, it doesn't matter who wins, right? WWE will still manage to sign people. Now, I mean, they will still sign these folks, you know, and there's going to be more people cut from that show, right? My favorite to win it, honestly, is BJ Ray. There's something about BJ Ray that's just, he's fucking great. That dude is fucking amazing, B. Now, I mean, like that dude is, he's clearly no joke. But then there's other people who might not win, who I can still see WWE sign, right? You know, Anthony Luke. You know what I'm saying? I can see him get signed. You know, Tara, you know, the Olympic chick, the Olympic wrestling chick, right? She's definitely going to get signed, for sure. You know what I mean? Again, who knows? Maybe all these people might be signed to a deal officially. We don't know. Nobody knows. I mean, nobody fucking knows. Who else was there? Wasn't Jackie Gator? Jackie Gator, another person who did not win. I think she didn't win Tough Enough. Remember, she got signed, right? So, again, it does not matter if you win these competitions or not, right? It really does not matter because you will get signed. WWE will eventually sign you to a contract, especially if they have upside, right? If they have upside, clearly, WWE will sign them and put them in their roster space, right? Because think about this, right? Just think about this. They need people for Evolve, right? They definitely need people for Evolve, right? They need people for NXT for sure, but I think mostly for Evolve. You know what I'm saying? Because they got the WWE ID program and the NIL program. So LFG basically is like that. It is just another stream for talent, right? It's another stream for talent. And again, I can definitely see the main people who are there to get signed. It's fucking obvious. To me, The Miz is a person who did not win Tough Enough. I don't think he won Tough Enough. I don't think he did. But The Miz is the greatest success story out that whole Tough Enough show, out that whole Tough Enough franchise. And I had to put what's his face second. I was gonna say Mark Morrison. Return of the Mac. Return John Morrison. You know what I mean? AKA Johnny Nitro. And let's go a little bit more further. Remember Shaniqua? Shaniqua Miles? Remember? I mean, again, you have to think. When people get signed, right, or when people get eliminated from these competitions, it doesn't mean that, that they're out of the WWE's eye. It doesn't mean that. You know what I mean? It clearly doesn't mean that. It's no different than a draft, right? And I'm not talking about the WWE draft. No. I'm talking about like an actual NBA draft, an NFL draft, where some people who might not have gotten selected in the draft, they wound up getting, signed on the UFA. They become UFAs, basically unrestricted free agents, right? Or rookie free agents. So they wound up getting signed by a team so they could work and develop and stuff. Again, this is no different. This is clearly no different. So just because Elijah Holyfield, and that, like I said, they are going to sign him. You know why? Because he is Evander Holyfield's son. And they are going to use that. They can market him. You know what I mean? They can market him. And then also, let me go a little bit more further, right? The show is scripted. LFG is completely scripted. It's a work show. You know what I mean? It's a work show. Like everything that you said is a fucking work. Right? Undertaker having beef with Elijah Walker and all this other bullshit, right? Oh, I don't like the fact that you wrestle with Aries. Man, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up, Mark Calloway. Shut the fuck up. Like, you didn't say that shit to people like Ahmed Johnson, right? Booker T. You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. Cut the bullshit, man. Cut the bullshit, dead man. You know what I'm saying? Like, again, this is not it's not a death sentence for these these contestants. It's not. Just because they're eliminated from the show, it does not mean that they will not be signed by WWE, right? It just means that they won the contest. You know what I mean? They won, they won LFG and they won they won the reality show. So now they basically get to say, oh, I won the contest, but it does not fucking mean that people who were eliminated are going to just go home and stuff. No, WWE sees potential in these people. I mean, they see potential in these people, and once everything is all said and done, in my personal opinion, right, we're probably going to see most of these people, on WWE programming very, very shortly. Competing and such. Some of them might go more. Here's what I think is going to happen. I think the ones who win are going to go to the ones who win are going to go to NXT. right? And the ones who they sign is going to go straight to Evolve. That's what I think is going to happen. I think there's going to be some who they pick up and such that goes to NXT, and I do think that there are some that's going to go to Evolve and such. I can see BJ Ray going to Evolve, not Evolve, to NXT. Now, I mean, I can clearly see him go to NXT, and I can see, because I don't know if they're going to do men and women. I don't know, but I would be shocked if the Olympic female does not get, it's not a winner. I would be shocked. And there are others too. I know I'm missing, but the ones that really stick out to me on that show, hands down, is BJ Ray, right? And Tyra Stott, Tyra Stott. You know what I mean? Like, and they're both fucking great. You know what I mean? Like, she was a fucking Olympic gold medalist. For Christ's sakes. Of course she's gonna win. She has it. So fucking what? And she smiles. So fucking what? You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people who smile. I mean, listen, she's still new to the fucking business. It's gonna take her a while for her to get, to really, really get acclimated with how pro wrestling works. But she has it. You know what I mean? She has, in the ring, she's fucking great. She is fucking great. Yeah, I mean, and you mean to tell me she smiles like, nigga, Apollo Crews fucking smiles a lot. And you mean to tell me that y'all don't put heat on him? Fuck out of here. Anyway, guys, I'm about to be out. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I'm going to see if there's any news and such. You know what? I will come with another video tonight. I have an idea of what I'm going to do tonight. All right, so I'm going to definitely holler at y'all. Peace.